take me anywhere. But I'm glad you brought me here. I know it's in here. We three queens. Okay, we three kings. There it is. You're helping me with this on this. We three kings of Orient are bearing gifts. We traverse afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Born a king of Bethlehem's plain, who thy bring to crown him again, king forever, ceasing never, over us all to reign. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Glorious now, behold him arise, King and God in sacrifice. Alleluia, alleluia, earth to heaven reply. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
Good. First of all, thank you. But good morning, everybody. Thank you. I would say that's okay if it's not here, but it's really not. I need it here. I know that you've seen me here many times, but it's interesting. A lot has happened over the last couple of weeks, and a lot has happened this year. And so there's a sense of nervous energy that I have here. So I'm just going to take a deep breath and just let Spirit come in, release, and know that I am absolutely perfectly guided in the words, actions, and visions from Divine Spirit. Everything is in divine right order for us. What a blessing and privilege it is to host the very last Sunday in our services here at Pacific Coast Centers for Spiritual Living. A beautiful, wonderful place. And for all of you who are here, who I know, I've seen, and for all of you who are new here physically in the space, and for all of those of you who are joining us on social media or watching us later on, thank you for joining us. We are truly different because you are here. Each one of us brings something unique and special and reminds us that not only do we all have gifts to share, especially at this time of the year, but that we are all one. I'm always on social media, #we are one, just reminding others and reminding myself. First, a little housekeeping. If you happen to have a cell phone, please either put it on silent vibrate or turn it off, and that will help you and the rest of us maintain presence here in the service. Second, if you parked behind somebody and you haven't already filled out one of those little cards to put on your dashboard, please do, because if after service, if somebody is trying to leave and the car is there, we have to track you down. And if you don't have one of those cards, they're over in the front table. Fill it out and just keep it on your dashboard and then put it up there. So it's very simple to do. And this is why I needed that. There was the slide. I didn't use it. And you heard it just verbally from me. I just kind of lost my place. You see what I mean? It's just there's this nervous energy. Helping each other out is what community is all about. I believe that this is a rather special community. I mean, you could say that about all, but we are radically different. We accept everybody. We take the best of the teachings, the teachers. We do not criticize. We do not hold discrimination against other people. If you are a living embodiment of spirit, and so all of you, whether you're here in this room or online, you are welcome here. This is a place that welcomes all, without criticism, without subjectivity. So if you're looking for a home, a place to land in, check us out if you've never been here. Check us out online, and check us out in person. We're a wonderful place. And so, leading right into it, if you're here, we have a very special, well, of course you are here. See what I mean? I'm just kind of random. We have a wonderful presentation today, coordinated and guided and presented by practitioners. It's a reader's theater presentation on the subject of selfless love and the giving of gifts. And the four practitioners that will be presenting it up here are Jackie Williams-Pearson, Marjorie Ray, Carol Ann Perini, and Janice Guevara. Another one of, oh, so what? Oh, I didn't have that. Did not have that. So they will be here. And Jackie will be joining us by video. Another of today's special, very special blessings, you notice that our music team is taking a well-deserved time off, but we have the multi-platinum songwriter, TEDx speaker, and a valued dear family friend of Pacific Coast, Harold Payne, is joining us, wherever he is. So I'm going to just briefly go through all the people that make Sundays happen here, and I invite you to hold your applause till the very end. The production coordinators that pull it all together are Dale Mall and Reverend Veronica Silva. On sound and streaming at the very back is John Broderick and Matt Prophet. And some of the licensed practitioners that hold us all in prayer and that we can go to provide affirmative prayer and counsel for us. Reverend Juanita Gardner will be lighting the candle and will be leading us into our invocation. And Mary Birch today is wearing several hats. She's working a lot. She conducted the pre-service meditation, and I may say, if you arrive here like by 10:20 and you want some grounding meditation in the private room over there, it takes place every Sunday before service at 10:20. She conducted that. She's holding us in high holy watch during service, and she is our practitioner service support member. Representing our leadership team is Debbie Ann Vokes. You met our welcome team when you walked through the door. They are Beth Siverson, Janet Morash, and you probably got some hugs from Terry Anderson, the Hugmeister. Our youth and family team is led by practitioner Wenda Arcala, and she's probably next door with the kids. Coordinating the beverages, food, cleanup, coffee, set down and take away, and doing all the dishes that seem to magically appear, but they don't. They're led by Floran Limpus and the team. She's away in Mesa, Arizona with family. But it's the rest of the team is over there on the side, waving. Please take. And finally, providing American Sign Language or ASL support throughout the service at various times is Eileen C. Davis. So let us give a thanks for everybody. So at this time, I'd like to invite you to read along with me what is on the screen and ground us in affirmative, powerful prayer as we move through the service. We rise together as love in commitment to one another and ourselves. We rise together with intention to learn about ourselves and each other. We rise together. So I'd like to invite Reverend Juanita Gardner to light our candle and also to lead our invocation. And as Reverend Juanita does this, please know that this candle is representative of the expanding light of the consciousness of spirit and the universe. And it not only fills this room, but through us and social media, it fills the world. So Reverend Juanita.
this calendar as a reminder that we are the light of the world. Before I share, I almost always ask God to reveal through me what He wants others to hear. And this morning, I think that's going to be even more true because my printer broke at the last minute. So this is from my first draft. Holy Spirit of giving and receiving, during this time of reflection and renewal, may we open our hearts to the wisdom of those who share from their abundance as well as their love. May we embrace joy and laughter as an expression of the sacred holiness that many of us share at this time of the year. And let us give thanks for those generous and loving hearts who open their hearts, their homes, and even their wallets to create a space for others. Bless us with the humor and grace to embrace all of life and the reverence to cherish its deeper truths. May we be reminded in this season and always that the presence of the divine is in every one of us. It's in everything, in every moment, in every experience without exception. In the spirit of the story of the ancient travelers guided by stars, may we journey with love as our compass, trusting in the oneness that connects us all. Grant us the vision to recognize with humility the boundless meaning in the simplest gifts. It is through giving that we find our deepest rewards, and through loving that we reveal treasures that cannot be measured. Let this story, full of tender humanity, reveal in us a light that cannot be extinguished, affirming that the divine is fully in this place, and it is through and as each of us. Therefore, all is sacred, all is holy, and I release these words into the law, declaring that God as love and law makes it so, and so it is.
Good morning, Pacific Coast. My name is Debbie Ann Vokes, and I have the pleasure and the honor of being part of the leadership team here at the center. And the first thing we're going to do together is we are going to read our collaboration vision. So if you'd please read this along with me. Through mindful and respectful exploration, we are creating a healthier foundation that supports and engages a whole beloved community equipped to launch new strategies for a thriving spiritual center. Okay, we have a couple of announcements this morning. All right, so we are going to be hosting right here at the center the World Healing Peace Meditation. This includes over 500 million people across 7 continents, and we all meditate at the same time. You can join us in person here at the center or on Zoom. It's a 1-hour global mind link. There'll be music, readings, and silent meditation. This is taking place Tuesday morning, December 31st at 4 a.m. And if you come in person here at the center, you get to enjoy a potluck afterwards. So this is going to be hosted by Ray Bradford and Terry Anderson. So come and join us. And if we all meditate for peace together in the world, you can imagine how powerful that will be. Okay, normally we have Living the Four Agreements discussion group with Reverend Veronica, and for the month of January, that will be canceled. So we just wanted to notify everybody about that cancellation. And we have a great new offering in January, a class titled, What Do We Believe? Exploring, Evolving, and Embracing Our Spiritual Beliefs. This is going to be taught by Reverend Bobby Becker, and it's beginning on January 14th at 6:30 p.m. for 5 weeks. So this is going to be the first of our 2025 educational program. And it's going to align with our theme, which is waking up, growing up, and cleaning up. Now, this class is the waking up category. So come and wake up with us in January. These classes are always very powerful for me because when I'm in a class, everything seems to flow better in my life because I'm really consistent with my spiritual practices. So join us for that, please. And for our thank yous this week, I'm going to invite up Ray Bradford. He's got a special thank you for us.
So for several weeks, I had invited our community to donate gift cards to Interval House. And if you're not familiar with Interval House here or online, it's a crisis shelter and housing for victims, primarily women, who are battered, sexual violence and abuse, and very often these women have children. It's a place for them to go. They rely on funding, but also throughout the holidays, whether it's the beginning of the school year or Christmas, they invite outside organizations to help their clients. And so I invited this community in the best way possible, which was gift cards, because then Interval House can disperse them equitably, but also it gives the parents a sense of agency and ownership to be able to buy something themselves for their children and for themselves. And so I'm very happy to announce that this community provided well over $1,600 worth of gift cards. And under the lesson that you don't get what you don't ask for, 2 Sundays ago on the deadline, I said, if you haven't, and it's understandable, if you haven't done it or you forgot or whatever, if you have any money on you, you can just drop it in the box and I'll buy gift cards, which I did. On that Sunday alone, we received in that box, out of all of you, over $550. So it really went to make a difference, and I personally thank you, and I know that Interval House thanks you, and they recorded a brief message, and so I'll let this voice of appreciation come from them.
On behalf of Interval House, staff, volunteers, and all of the family who turned to us during the time of need, we thank you very much for support over the years. On behalf of Interval House, staff, volunteers, and all of the family who turned to us during the time of need, we thank you very much for support over the years. But mostly, we want to thank you for your support this holiday season.
You may not know that in our shelter, 1/3 of our residents are children. And we want to thank you for thinking of the teens who sometimes get overseen in the holiday season. So on behalf of our kids at the shelter and our teens, we want to thank you for your generosity. Because of your support, they will have something to open this Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. And thank you, Pacific Coast, for your thoughtful donations. I'm going to now ask Mary Birch to come up. And I'm going to ask you to go within while the bowls are played. And we enjoy the sacred music provided by Harold.
It's a song from your very own Melissa. Right here, right now, With every breath I take, gonna let it fade away. Right here, right now. I'm getting out of my head, dropping into my heart. Right now, right here, right now. With every breath I take, I'm letting go, gonna let it fade away. Right here, right now. I'm getting out of my head, dropping into my heart. Now my mind can turn and twist and spin, just begging for some peace. It's how I know it's time to go within, but still, be still and just breathe. Right here, right now. With every breath I take, I'm letting go, gonna let it fade away. Right here, right now. I'm getting out of my head, dropping into my heart. With each breath, I'll go deeper in this space. I'll ground myself in this place. I can feel the love, it's flowing all around me. Right here, right now. I can feel the love is flowing all around me. Right here, right now.
Good morning, beloved congregation. My name is Jacqueline Pearson, and I am a practitioner here. Unfortunately, I can't be here in person, but this is my message to you. Matthew 2, the New International Version. The Magi visit the Messiah. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all of Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. "In Bethlehem in Judea," they replied, "for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I may go worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshiped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route.
Date, Christmas Eve, 1905. Place, New York City. $1.87. That was all Della had been able to put aside. 1 cent, then another, and then another, in her careful buying of meat and other foods, household needs. Della counted it 3 times, $1.87, and the next day would be Christmas. There was little enough to purchase her husband a gift. There was nothing for Della to do but fall on the bed and cry. So Della did. While Della is weeping, pulling herself together, let's take a look at the home. A small apartment with 2 furnished rooms at a cost of $18 per month. There is a small area only large enough to hold a bed, and a small kitchen living area only large enough to hold a small table, 2 chairs, and a very narrow sofa. In the hall below is a letterbox, too small to hold a letter. There is an electric bell, but it is unusable. There is a name beside the door which reads, Mr. James Dillingham Young. That's Della's husband's name. She calls him Jim.
Hello, and a very Merry Christmas to all of you.
Welcome to all of you. We're so glad you came to join us.
I'm Della.
I'm Jim.
Jim and I just got married. We can't afford rings yet, but someday, right, Jim?
As soon as I can, my love.
A ring says nothing about our love.
A ring shows the world our commitment. I feel awful I couldn't get you a ring.
Darling, we don't need rings to show our commitment. You're already here in my heart. That will never change whether or not I wear a ring.
Right.
Please, Jim, don't worry. I'm happy with what we have. We have a place to live, we have plenty of food. In time, there will be more, maybe even children. But for right now, let's focus on what we have.
Della lets down her hair. She begins to comb it, getting ready for the day.
Your hair is so beautiful. You are so beautiful.
Jim takes out his watch.
It's time for me to get ready for work.
Your watch, Jim, your father's watch. See, sweetheart, we have enough. We have each other. We have my hair and your father's gold watch. These are the things we most treasure.
Yes, my love. It's the one thing I have from his. I only hope I can be as good a man as he was. Well, I better get to work.
Jim, darling, are you still getting a Christmas bonus?
Mr. Blair promised a $20 bonus. It will give us a cushion. $18 a month for rent, $2 a week for food. Doesn't go very far. The bonus will give us a little freedom to dream a little.
I'm so proud of you, Jim. I love you. I'll see you tonight.
Take care of yourself this Christmas Eve day, darling. I look forward to being together tonight.
Della empties her purse on the kitchen table and counts her money again. $1.87. That's all there is. She takes off her apron, puts on her thin coat and hat, and gets ready to go to the shop where she had found the most beautiful chain for Jim's watch. Jim is proud of his watch, but he has to dig into his vest pocket to find it. He thinks it appears ungentlemanly. Jim has often said he would like a chain, but he also often says they are too expensive. Della knows he would never dream of buying a chain for himself.
Good morning, miss.
Excuse me, sir. I'm a Mrs.
Oh, forgive me, ma'am. How may I help you?
I saw the watch chain in the window. May I see it, please?
Of course. Here it is. The finest gold watch chain for the finest of men.
My husband, Jim, is a very fine man. This is very beautiful. How much is it?
$22.
Oh, my. I have only $1.87. I can't afford that. Do you have any that are lesser expensive, of a good quality, but just a lesser price?
I'm sorry, Mrs. That's all I have for now. I have had many Christmas shoppers, and I am low on inventory. However, all of the chains are above $10.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No. I had hoped that $1.87 would be enough. Now what do I do?
Della exits the shop. She quickly walks to the corner and turns into an alley. There she leans against the brick building and cries. When she finishes wiping her tears, she sees a hair salon with a sign reading, "We buy hair." Della hesitates for just a moment. She's thinking about the idea of selling her hair, but she does not think long. Within a few minutes, she's in the shop.
Hello, ma'am. I see your sign that says you buy hair.
I buy hair.
You do?
Take off your hat. Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
I will give you $20.
But I need $22. Can you make it 22?
$20. Take it or leave it.
Okay, I'll take it.
This will take about 60 minutes. Is that okay?
Take as long as you need. It took only 45 minutes for Mrs. June to cut my hair. She styled it in a neat little bob. Isn't it lovely?
Della hurries back to the jeweler.
Hello, sir. Remember me?
Yes, I do. What happened to your hair?
Oh, my hair. I would like to buy the chain you have, the one in the store window. Do you still have it?
Yes, of course. Here it is.
Oh, thank you. It is so beautiful, isn't it? Elegant and refined, just like my Jim.
If you like, I can gift wrap it for you.
I have only $20.
You had only $1.87 before. Where did you get $20?
For my hair. It's the only thing I had of value.
I see. I think I can lower the price for you. Just this once. That'll be $20, and I will gift wrap it for you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I achieved my goal. I got a special gift from my Jim. I feel so giddy I could just skip. But I shouldn't. It's not ladylike, but I'm just so happy.
Jim has been at work. It's nearing the end of the day. He and his fellow employees have been busy working while at the same time gossiping about when they will receive their bonuses. The employer, Mr. Blair, has just come into the office. Let's see what he has to say.
Gentlemen, please, gather round. Today is Christmas Eve. I told you I would deliver year-end bonuses, and I will not go back on my word. But business has been slow, men. You will receive a bonus, but it will not be the $20 that I had promised. It will be only $8.
Thank you, Mr. Blair. At least it's something.
I am sorry, my fellows. I wish it could be more. Hey, it's 4:30. Why don't you take an extra half hour and go home? Gather your things and be off with you. God bless you and Merry Christmas.
And to you too, Mr. Blair. Oh, Della's gift. I won't be able to get the combs for her. $8 won't buy it. Oh, what am I to do? Oh, wait a minute. I'm certain if I pawn my watch, I will get enough money to buy the combs for Della's beautiful hair. She wanted them for so long. It isn't fair that she should suffer just because I didn't get a big enough bonus.
Jim goes to the pawn shop.
Merry Christmas Eve. How may I help you?
I would like to do two things. I would like to sell you my gold watch.
That is a very fine watch, sir. It looks like an heirloom. Tell me your name, son.
Jim Dellingham Young. I work down the street in the offices of Mr. Blair.
Are you certain you want to sell it, Jim? It is a very fine timepiece.
Yes, yes, I do. I want to buy my beautiful bride combs for her beautiful hair. She deserves the very best Christmas gift. What will you give me for this?
The best I can do, Jim, is $20.
Is it enough for the combs? The ones with the inlaid rubies and pearls on the ends? I see them in the display window every day as I walk home to and from work.
Those are the most exquisite combs I have ever had. I think I can make an equal trade. Your watch for the combs for your lovely wife. How does that sound?
That's wonderful. Would you gift wrap it for me? It doesn't have to be fancy, just something that will look as beautiful as my wife.
Of course.
So, Jim and Della have made their choices. Let's see what happens next.
Hello, darling. Merry Christmas Eve.
Hello to you, my darling Jim. I've had the most wonderful day.
Della, what happened to your hair? Is it under your hat?
Oh, Jim, dear, don't look at me like that.
Oh, no, not your beautiful hair, Della. Why?
I sold my hair. It was the only thing of value that I owned. I couldn't live through Christmas without giving you something you would cherish.
But your hair...
My hair grows fast. Before you know it, it'll be on my shoulders again. It's Christmas, Jim.
Oh, Della.
Let's be happy, please. I have the most beautiful gift for you, my darling. Wait and see.
Your hair is gone.
I'm still me. I'm the same without my hair. Please understand, dear. I needed money to buy you a gift. I wanted to give you something.
I want you to understand, my Della. Nothing like a haircut could make me love you any less. When you open the gift I have for you, you will understand.
The combs. The beautiful combs with the pearls and the rubies. They cost too much, Jim. This is too much. Here, open your gift, please. Open it quickly.
Oh, a chain for my watch. Oh, Della, you didn't.
Isn't it perfect, Jim? You'll need to look at your watch 100 times a day now. Give me your watch. I want to see how they look together.
Della, I sold my watch to get the money to buy the comb.
Oh, no. Not your father's watch. That's the only thing you have left of him.
Della, our love is more important. Let's be grateful for the love that we have. We have everything we need. Isn't that what you said, Della? We have everything we need.
The Magi, as you know, were wise men who brought gifts to the newborn Christ child. They were the first to give Christmas gifts. Being wise people, their gifts were doubtless wise ones. Today we told you the story of two young people in love, each of whom sold the most valuable thing they owned to buy a gift for the other. Of all who give gifts, these two were the wisest. They are the Magi.
Again, we've just seen the beautiful play, The Magi, all about selflessness. So I continue with that thought. The selfless gift. As she stood and gazed out the window, tears flowed down her cheeks. She spoke softly out loud because no one was around. She said, "What shall I do? What shall I give? I just don't see a way out of this." Even as she spoke, she knew that a divine action was taking place within her and flowing into manifestation. She stepped away from the window and began to clean her house. Room by room, she moved and found that she was looking at things that no longer served her or her family. She began to place them in the living room. With each piece that was placed, she felt something stirring within. She began to move a little lighter, and yet she didn't know what the purpose was unfolding. She began to sing a song from her past. What shall I do? What steps shall I take? What move should I make? Lord, what shall I do? I'm going to wait for an answer from you. I have nothing to lose. Oh Lord, I'm just going to wait. She thought, thank you, Reverend Cleveland, for that message so many years ago. So she continued to hum and move. When she had moved through all the rooms in her home, she returned to the living room and was stunned by the massive, yet not so massive, gathering of things there. Again, she began to cry softly. She looked around at all the things, the blessings she had before her, things she and her family had manifested throughout the years, but they no longer served them. It was time to play it forward. But whom shall they go to? Just then, the ring bell activated, and she looked to see who was there. She didn't recognize the face, but answered the door. May I help you? She asked. Ma'am, I'm here representing our neighbors. Their house caught on fire and all their possessions were lost. We're taking up a collection to help them. By chance, do you have anything? Any small amount would help them out. She paused and looked over her shoulder at the accumulation of items. She spoke softly. Do you have a truck, sir, to gather items with? Just then, a U-Haul truck pulled up. Several teenagers hopped out. One yelled out, do you need us to move anything, Sammy? She told him, this is all I have to give, Sammy. Looked at the items, and he called the young teens over. They all stood in awe and asked her, are you sure? Absolutely I am, she said. They all smiled and thanked her. Before long, the space was cleared, and she knew without a doubt that the universe was manifesting love and gratitude in a mighty way. She heard a voice within say, beloved, this is what selflessness looks like, and so it is.
I think I'm on now. Carol Ann said, you know, Harold, often you create something special for the day, and so not wanting to ruin those expectations, there's a story from O. Henry that all of us know that inspires us each time we read it. It touches our heartstrings even more when we get the chance to hear and see it, especially when it's done by our own congregation. It shines a bright light on our celebration and captures the spirit of Christmas itself, portrayed by our very own practitioner elves. If you're willing to sacrifice your material possessions for someone you love and not just some wild obsession, if you savor that feeling, don't let it pass by, then you're as wise as the Magi. There were two congregations that gave up part of themselves to create something beautiful together. And the love and the sacrifice that both of them gave magically created something even better. The give and the take and the bond became stronger, with a willingness to let go of things that no longer were as important as the union that arose in the end, that brought us even closer as friends. If you're willing to sacrifice your material possessions for someone you love and not just some wild obsession, if you savor that feeling, don't let it pass by, then you're as wise as the Magi. We're all gathered here to bring in and celebrate a new year. And if you're willing to sacrifice your material possessions for someone you love and not just some wild obsession, and you savor that feeling and don't let it pass by, then you're as wise as the Magi. Then you've got the gift of the Magi. Thank you.
What a tremendous gift, both in the readings and the music. Let's hear it again for Harold Payne. Okay. So at this time, I'd like to invite the ushers up, and today's ushers are Maria, Janet, Carrie, and Terry. And before the collection basket is passed, because one voice can make a difference, but united we can change the world. Please join me in reading this affirmation together. We rise together as love for ourselves and our community. We rise as acts of service, generosity, and the expression of our unique talents. As a committed whole, we give this gift today. And by the way, if you'd like to step into service in a very gentle way and become an usher, it's a very good way of helping the community, and being of service really is a gift you give yourself. So if you'd like to explore ways of doing service, see anybody at the welcome team table. We have many different ways of giving, either in person or online. You can use Venmo, you can text the amount to the number on the screen, or you can go to our website, pacificcsl.org, and hit the donate button. So if you enjoy our programming, our messages, our speakers, the growth of this community, please give from your heart, either your time, your talent, or your treasure. And now I'd like to invite the practitioners to please stand to identify themselves. Please know that our practitioners are licensed by the Centers for Spiritual Living. They're trained in praying with you and for you. They see the truth of who you are, no matter where you may be on life's sometimes rocky journey. I avail myself of practitioners all the time. I just came back from my home, and if anybody follows me on social media, my mom was very close to leaving us a couple of weeks ago, but through the power of prayer, I jumped online and had a session by the phone from Chicago. And between her will to live, modern medicine, and the power of prayer, she is in rehab, she'll be back home, and we celebrated Christmas, and so I know prayer works. You know, it does. And so whether after service or online, you can go to our website. If you scroll all the way down to contact us, there's a prayer request button, and you can do it there, and you can request either to have your prayer emailed to you, to hold on to it, to pray for it, or just to know that people are praying for you. It's mighty, mighty powerful. And so now I invite back up Mary Birch to carry our candle out. And as she does this, let us remind ourselves to increase the circle of the candle even wider. Let it not just last here in this service space, but carry it out through you and into the world. The light of our lives, the light of our prayers, and the light of Spirit is mighty powerful. And one final reminder of our world healing meditation, speaking of the light of the world and the power of meditation and prayer. It is at 4 a.m. in the morning on Tuesday morning. Seems like something you've never done before. You don't know what you're missing. There are many of us who have done it for over 15, almost 17 years. And then on top of that, to know that you are praying at that exact moment with people all around the world in different time zones for an hour, through music, through readings, and through silent meditation. It is very, very powerful. And very tasty, too, because we have a potluck. And so you're invited to join us, and then you can go home and sleep. So that's that. And so I have just the distinct honor of leading us in the We Are Life benediction today. And just, when they told me right at service, I was like, whoa, okay. And I know my journey of life, I ask two things of myself: to maintain clarity and to open myself up, to let Spirit just work through me, even at the end going, what have I just done? I know it's the right thing. And so just ground yourself at this moment. You know what it is we do. We read it together. There's going to be no drums, no nothing, but I will guide you through it. And just know at this moment, just breathe in. Fill your lungs with the energy. This is the last Sunday of our services, so it's not only a sense of appreciation for 2024, but it will jumpstart our 2025. So what is it that is happening to you right now? Something wonderful is happening through me right now. Stop right there. Rim shot. What is it that is happening to you right now? It is this thing called life. And where is it? Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is all that I am. Life is all that we are. And what do you do with it? I accept it. I am it. And I share it with all. How? Just the way it appears, and just the way it appears not. Okay, before the last line, just wherever you are, sitting, standing, online, wherever, remember we are one. What happens here happens everywhere. Start feeling that energy from the bottom of your feet, from Mother Earth. Just bring it up, and get to the point where when you release it, it just shoots around the world. So at the count of 3, the last line, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, life. Yeehaw! Thank you. We're going to close with music, but thank you all. Have a blessed and happy New Year, and just know that together, nothing can stop us. We are, each one of us, bricks in the foundation of Pacific Coast Center for Spiritual Living, and love is the mortar between us that keeps us together. So together, there is nothing we cannot do. We came together in 2023 and 2024. Imagine what 2025 will do. So God bless and have a new year. So Harold.
There was a time in my life when I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't know that the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know that God was at hand. But now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, if you got to let it all go, this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm always here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only